What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me for another episode of Jay Plays. I am Jay Wright, and we are continuing our story with Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm not gonna lie, I was supposed to be playing Lisa the Joyful right now, but I enjoy Doki Doki so much, even though there's no actual gameplay to it, that I decided to skip over Lisa and just go right back into Doki Doki. I want to see what happens next. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How are you even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Ah, of course my phone goes off then. Well, it's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. That is not the creepiest thing that I have seen. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Whoa, pause, wait a minute, what? Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Yes, I agree, right. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh. That's quite romantic. It's not always about love, Yuri. Sometimes it's just it's concern about a friend. I feel like it's just a friend thing going here. So sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Highlight. The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. I feel like everything you say is a mystery that I need to uncover, that my brain does not want to work to uncover. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah, so you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yeah, when you keep having to stress that we're good friends, either A, I mean, he really means that they're good friends and he doesn't want to ruin it with Yuri, which I'm leaning towards because we did make him like Yuri. Or B, he's trying to deny something to himself. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Well, that's gonna appear truthful when you're saying we're just friends. She looks at you and you go, sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. We just told on ourselves. Our poems are super sophisticated. Clearly that is not our poems. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Why would he change the subject? We were finally in there. It's time to get to some complex, real, deep, emotional feelings, and he wants to go back to reading? Or maybe he just wants to get close to her too. I guess I could see that as well. Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah, I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Shoulder touching time. Okay, everyone, no shoulder touching time. Leave it to Monica. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. Probably crumpled up in our pockets. We didn't have to go anywhere. We just reached in our pocket and pulled up that crumpled loose leaf. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. That's a good question. I want to know too. We're gonna start with the same person we've always said. Hey Yuri, what you doing? Highlight. Your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Well, when you kind of got like a cheat book, when you just got a bunch of words and you just kind of pick one. Again, it's kind of easy. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me, but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You can say you're my muse. You're really the example I was chasing after. Muse. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling, I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. Kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Highlight, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Oh boy. Did you know that? No. It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend. Doesn't she only read like horror books and stuff? Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. Maybe that's what Monica was referencing about her having a fictional boyfriend. She's probably got a few boyfriends in these books, or people that she would like to be boyfriends. Or maybe she meant literally there's something else going on, you know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. What the hell is wrong with her body type? And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, Highlight. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. This got super deep, super quick. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you, and I really understood what was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Highlight. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. Sure. And I would say I've had at least one success. What about Sayori? Or does he not count her because she was already the friend, the brick wall that we already had? Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands. How? What? That's embarrassing. That's awkward. But this time, she's smiling as she does it. No, I can't see a normal way of doing that. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Hopefully this one we can decipher. I'm ready. This time my brain is ready. Ghost Under the Light Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Okay, her hair illuminated by a light. Got it. Bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds, doom doom. The silhouette grows, doom doom, closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility. But I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasps and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. Doom doom. He raises his arm. Doom doom. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against its outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart. Teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Word. So we gave you life. It's about us and we're giving you life. You feel like a ghost and we're giving you the warmth that you need to make you feel alive. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Oh, it's ours. It's ours. It's about us. Do you dislike it? No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Yuri is having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. Yes. So, thank you. And I hope we keep spending time together. Okay, we're all on the same page. We're all right. We all know what's going on here. We know what this poem was about. And it's appropriate because our name is Highlight. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. Right there. There's a smile. We see it. It's a thin little line. No lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back toward me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. At least we know she's not a ghost. She's warm. You can... The poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles, as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I make me feel good. Make me feel good. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yeah. Well, he wasn't smooth there. He couldn't say anything other than yeah. Don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back toward me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something, because she always says something, but I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah. That's like our go-to word. Yeah. I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Hopefully nobody noticed that I have her poem. Who should I show my poem to next? You know I want to show it to our best friend, Natsuki. Natsuki. Yeah, no thanks. You didn't even... Next. She is a woman of her word. She was like, look, I told you don't show me nothing if it has something to do with another girl. I seen you two over there talking. I seen you take her poem. I know that poem has something to do with another girl. Don't bring that to me. All right, Sayori, you feeling better? Can we talk? Oh, she looks better. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Oh, we're slowly losing the girls. They're slowly falling off here. Probably Yuri. I didn't write this for anyone specifically. I did write this for someone specifically. I'm doing a great job. Maybe. That's not really what I meant though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Highlight. For what, Sayori? Is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Heh 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 heh. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. Okay, why does it keep sounding like she's giving us away? Like we're a toy that she's like, okay, I'm glad that my toy has other people to play with. It's time to move on. I'm Andy, going to college. Buzz and Lightyear have a new owner. It just feels like she's just pushing us away more and more. If you insist. Yay. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? We're not even walking home. You know something's wrong here. I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. She is crying in the hallway. We should probably go to the hallway. Oh boy, is there a click hallway option? There's not. Click anything else option? I feel bad. I feel terrible. Even though we told her that we would walk home with her. Hi, Highlight. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure, but whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. She's like the only one that's like okay with us talking to somebody else. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. We already know what she's gonna say. I feel like you still haven't found your voice. It seems like you're channeling somebody else. Somebody else is speaking through your words. Sure. I let Monica take the poem. I'm holding it in my hands. Your style's gotten so refined, Highlight. Oh, never mind. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? No, I've just been learning. Why can't I go home, pick some words in a book, and it have nothing to do with Yuri? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. Of course you have. You've been cock-blocking every damn time. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple days than she's talked in the whole year. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. Can she not hear us? Is this classroom that big that she can't hear us talking about her? You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. That's... Archback. Ass in the air. Haha! It's awfully suspicious, you know? Spending time with her in the club room every day, reading that edgy novel with her. Is it edgy? I read like one page. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know? Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. So basically, don't break her heart or she's gonna break us. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say that like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. That's still not better. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. Here we go. The lady who knows everything. What weird-ish is she gonna tell us today? An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am. A feather, lost adrift the sky, victims of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist, but when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Till one day, the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall, and fall, and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and I find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a ghost of wind. Wow, somebody feels super lost in life, like super crazy lost in life. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, too late, we are well past that. But it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? I can see that. You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Write about the happiness, friends, family, love, food, sex. Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Ah, yeah, that. We're layered. We're complex. Sure. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. At least that was an actual tip. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Great advice. Thanks for listening. I'm not a radio though, you don't sign off on me. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Well, no, one of them didn't share a poem with me. I have no idea what her poem's about. It's probably the happiest out of everybody's. Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. What? Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. But we're saying something changed, not that it stayed the same, so it's not stagnant air. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Ah, it seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? Yeah, we really need Sayori back in here. It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on, everybody pees. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously, of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? Thanks for making us feel worse. So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. Uh-oh. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Who? That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparation, so that's not what I asked. Let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right, eating squid. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. So original, Natsuki, but we might need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can find a bunch of books, put the books on a table so that people can pass by and we can show them books that they may enjoy reading, because we're more than just a poetry club. Guys, arch time. Throw that ass. Can you help me come up with something for Yuri? Wow, out loud, huh? Okay. I'm useless. Oh shit. Well, so much for not hurting Yuri when she's in a vulnerable state. Way to go, Monica. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Oh, what the hell, Monica? What are you doing? Here goes Natsuki. No, now Natsuki's pouting too. Usually Monica's so much more smoother. She's losing it. Geez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? What is she confused about atmosphere for? About that, I love atmosphere. Yes, Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Yes, atmosphere. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Highlight. I don't do anything. Y'all don't need me. I'll stand around, talk to people, mingle, socialize. Apparently I'm super popular. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. Well, we know who not to give a hand to. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. That's saving. I already know where this is going. Save. Sounds like a decision is heading our way. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? You know it, man. How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. You're out here giving dirty work for Natsuki. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Well, we know Yuri does not want us going with her. Highlight may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Wow, she's a little bit more aggressive today. But only a subtle aggression, passive aggression. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you just make an excuse for Highlight to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work, and baking isn't. Actually, baking is super difficult, super scientific. Hats off to people who can actually bake and come up with something good, because that is a hard skill. Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Highlight to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, arch in the ass, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? What is going on in this club? Highlight, what did you do? So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though, geez, can we just settle this already? Yeah. Highlight, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Huh. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm going to go with... Oh, dude, all of these options. I want to just continue the path that we're already on with, which is going with Yuri, because we're coming back and we're gonna play through the other options. We have to. I gotta see what these other endings are looking like and what the other stories are. Because right now, I really want to say go with Sayori, but we put so much work into these poems and getting it to Yuri status that I feel like we should just go ahead and end it with Yuri. So I'm gonna save it. And we're gonna say Yuri. Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. I am afraid of what's gonna happen to Sayori if we don't go check on her though. Me? Are you serious? Why would you? Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying, oh, you'll be helping Yuri then, Highlight? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things, so I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah, I already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So is that everything we need to go over? Yeah, should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word. Also, isn't Monica getting helped by Sayori anyway? Isn't that her partner? But I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Highlight? You know it. Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it all turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? I hate everyone. Natsuki. What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Highlight picked me. That we move past this. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that, but you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. We all are. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. But like not in a creepy way, like she's like trying to replace Sayori, just in a like, we need a Sayori at this moment. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. All right, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry, I realize that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Oh, the days before IG and Snapchat. All right then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers because like now a phone number that feels like is a, or I guess it would be an entry level step, right? What do you give out first? Your Snapchat, your IG, or your phone number? I guess I feel like it depends on the person and what it is you want from them. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday because phone numbers used to be really like intimate, right? But now I feel like I give my phone number to people that I don't want to be that intimate to. Like I don't want you to see the stuff I post. You know, does that make sense? On Sunday, my house. Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I have a dad and he'll kill us. I think I would prefer going to your house. All right. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. That tube sock over there that's dry as a board and the magazine's got to get out. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Highlight. I think that will make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. You know why I chose you, Yuri. Stop playing games. Wait. You don't actually think that, do you? Oh. Yo, this would be a constant just nightmare. Not even a night, just a chore. Just like constantly having to boost somebody back up. Like, sure, a few months, few weeks, maybe even a year, but like constantly, like every few seconds, you're just like, oh wait, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Let me boost you back up. That would be draining. I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. Not my poems. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. Why is this something she has to think about? He just said this is what he wants to do. He picked you. She looked straight in my eyes for a long while. Then again, okay, let me play the other side. She's been alone for a long time. She doesn't really have friends. She's used books as an escape from reality. She doesn't talk often. She finally is expressing this stuff at what I'm assuming is her junior or senior year. So maybe it's hard for her to trust people. So she's opening up and then closing, opening up and then closing because she doesn't want to stay open and something bad happens just like she knew it would. That makes sense, right? I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri is going to be coming to my house on Sunday. My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. I'm just kidding, we're going to study in posters and declarations. Because that's what high school boys and girls do in a room alone. Decorate. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? It's like the 4th day, we're fine. Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. Fast forward to Sunday. Already Sunday. Whoa. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club earlier the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Did we go over to her house and check on her? Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. Okay. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, highlight. I don't know why, but I just had that seemed like a really dark moment. I didn't know where we were going. I'm glad it switched up. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. Is that messy? There's like one crumpled paper on the floor. What? Maybe the books could be aligned. There's a shirt on the chair. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she'd had for years now. If you come over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? How does she know that? Yeah, but... Oh, I guess Highlight being a good friend told her. Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. Thanks, snitch-ass Monica. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? That's true. Yeah, but even then, Monica didn't know that Yuri was coming over on Sunday. All she knew was that we were gonna help each other. She didn't know... She had already left the room when we were in the room talking to Yuri and, exchanged phone numbers and like, okay, coming over Sunday. That's true, but what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course, but I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Awkward silence. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Highlight. Eh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, I didn't make that stupid mistake. then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. What is going on? But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing for you in that moment. This is a very odd conversation. Sayori. I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Highlight. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? Not laughing. Again, not laughing. You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Highlight? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Yikes, man. Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? You know, this also makes sense with that first poem where she was talking about, like, if it wasn't for like the sun like welcoming her or like beckoning her, she wouldn't have a reason to even get out of bed. So maybe this entire time she's been trying to tell us that she's not okay. That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Huh? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. What the fuck, Highlight? So she tells you she's depressed. She tells you that she feels selfish. She feels like nobody else in the world should give a damn about her. And you tell her that you feel betrayed because she hid that from you? What the Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Highlight. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. Nope, not laughing. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then, I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Oh, because the one thing that she thought she was good at that brings her joy is also now bringing her pain. Probably the worst pain she's felt. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Highlight. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everyone could be like it always was. Is everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you come here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. We need to get Sayori to somebody quickly. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace. Definitely seems like the right move, but then also calling somebody. Highlight? Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Highlight. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. That is not a good sign. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Highlight. Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. That's a better sign. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Highlight. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. How are we supposed to hang out with Yuri after this? Like, how is he not going to cancel Yuri's plans and just be like, I'm just going to chill with you for the day? Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. Going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. You can. You absolutely can. There is nothing attached to going to Yuri. There is no reason to leave this room. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? That's a good plan. Bring her along for sure. It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. You know, there's one thing that's also sticking out to me, and I've noticed it in animes and just like Japanese themed shows in general. There are never any parents in these houses, I feel like. These houses are always usually empty, and it's usually just the kids. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I still have a bad feeling, man. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Our houses look very similar to Sayori's. Yuri? Turtlenecks. Thank goodness. You're a little early. Hope his room's clean. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least, I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I take Yuri to my room. Bears. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. At least we got a lot of books though. I don't know what they're on, but we have them. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. No, I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. Ah, that would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. Uh-oh, tube socks. Not that anybody owns tube socks anymore. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. That's hilarious. So, should we get started? Ah, yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. She loves that word atmospheric. Atmospheric enhancements. You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place, although many will stop by just out of curiosity, and for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Ah, intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be anxious. So anxious. Great song. You can relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. Okay, alright. I was going to use them during the poetry event, but we can use them now. Test them out, make sure they work. Oh yeah, like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these things in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Ah, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. Almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole in the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. And we're going to release that feeling in this small room. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. She's really good at this. She has an eye. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. So they're going to be inside the classroom doing this festival? I thought this was like an outside thing. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. It's the fact that y'all are alone in a room. Here's a marker highlight. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. Oh, that's cool. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright, the thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. And again, I think back to that poem she wrote about the raccoon and the whole cutting the bread and the knife and, you know, feelings. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. I actually knew somebody who was really into knives, and literally they had like 8 knives on themselves at all times. Like they pulled it from their breast pocket, their shoe. It was everywhere. It was wild. Knife in the belt. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you get about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Aha. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Highlight? Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. The knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. That's good to know. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger into her mouth and licks the wound. What the? What? Now, I know we sometimes do that to our own wounds, right? To stop the bleeding, but somebody else putting your blood in their mouth. You don't know what kind of blood disease Highlight has. What the hell? It's also funny because this whole time we've been playing this game and I see her, I keep thinking vampire for some reason. I just get vampire vibes from her. So the fact that she's licking this blood up is like, knew it, vampire. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Oh, she's going extra with it. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yeah, I can see why this one would be embarrassing. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise. But then again, he's an 18-year-old, 17-year-old boy who just had a girl put her mouth around his finger. He's probably gonna enjoy that. But I guess he was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? All right, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Okay, at least I feel like she's clean. I'll give her that. I think she's clean, so hopefully that was... Yeah. Highlight! Did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Highlight. Yuri giggles shyly. Eh? Yuri calling me weird. I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. That would be her tongue powers. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. That was a weird moment, man. Didn't see that one coming. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Ah, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of these tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. I can tell I've been reading for too long because I am definitely stumbling over my words now. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Oh god, she's a cutter. She's a cutter. She's a cutter. Nothing. It's just cutter. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Oh, neat. I'm surprised Monica didn't know that she had this talent. This should have been like the first thing that came to Monica's mind when it came to what should Yuri do for the festival. What do you want to write? Well, it will be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. Ah, I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple, like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Yeah, sorry. Yuri yells back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. Not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I think you you already licked blood. You might wipe that off real quick. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. That's a hell of a image change. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Ah, is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. I wonder how many times we said sorry in this game. We've said sorry so many damn times. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. Okay, Yuri, go ahead now. Be the assertive one. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. With purple eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist send a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly, her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. You telling me you missed the opportunity to... I give up, Highlight. You have all the words, but you won't finish the action. I need you to seal the deal, to just give the A to the paperwork, to catch the bus when it arrives, to eat the fudge in the pan before it gets cold. Basically, kiss her, Highlight. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movement seemed clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remained silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. I think what he meant to say is, hey, how about we just go get some popcorn and a movie? Not popcorn. I hate popcorn breath. Let's do popcorn. No, not popcorn. I just said not popcorn. Let's get some Smart Water. We can get some carrots, some celery, some ranch, some $1,000 jam. We can just watch a movie, kick back, and just chill while it dries. I'm sure it'll finish in about an hour and 30 minutes. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Whew. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? Oh, no, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. Movie time. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Ah, so you don't have any time left. I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? No, because we all know this wasn't about the banner or the decorations. Nobody cared about this stuff. Yeah. So, or if we did, we cared like this much compared to what the real intent of this night was. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she really gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. So say that. Whoa, it's still bright as hell. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem, I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well, then, Yuri fidgets. Uh-oh, y'all remember Hitch, that scene where he's fidgeting? Or what do they call it? It's not fidgeting, he says something else. He's like stalling or whatever with the keys, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, I kind of say that without thinking. About today, it's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over or we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so you're very thoughtful, Highlight. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. Wow, that was closer. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? Kiss her! She's right there, Highlight! You fuck your lips together, you move in, and you just go for it. And it's probably your first kiss because y'all all seem so nervous, so it's okay. There's a little saliva going on. You just cover all this up and spit. It's cool. It's gonna happen. But I don't even get a chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back, and we lost. Sayori? Oh. Uh-oh. Eh? Uh-oh. I don't even want to keep clicking now. I feel awkward for them. I kind of just want to stop. Ah. Sheet. Sheet. Highlight. Sayori. Just now, we weren't. It's okay, Highlight. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sorry, beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Whoa, she moves fast. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was really being mean to me. Wonder what she was imagining, because it definitely didn't happen. So I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri. Oh, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy. That's why you got tears in your eyes. That you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Highlight? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sorry, don't say that. It's true, Highlight. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. What? I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori? What I said before... No, don't change the subject. What did Monica tell you? What did I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure. I'm scared, Highlight. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. That's a tough one. That's a difficult situation because you don't really know how to respond to that one. Sayori, it's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. I like you so much that I want to die. What the f... They need to show us what Highlight looks like, because he's got some kind of spell on everybody in this city. Or at least in that club room. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. You remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give to you. I didn't know this was going to be a choice. We need to save. This is a difficult one. All right, so here's the thing. We're already going down the Yuri path, and I expect that for this playthrough, we're going to finish out the Yuri path because we've already done so much for it. So saying I love you feels like a betrayal of the Yuri path. Also, saying I love you and then knowing that we're going on the Yuri path, to me feels like betraying Sayori because you're not telling her the truth and you're leading her on. It's just going to make it so much worse when things don't work out the way they're supposed to. So for this time, we're going to say you'll always be my dearest friend. And hopefully that crush, although it's going to hurt now, in the long run will salvage their relationship. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now. But please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is this what it feels like? You get stabbed in the chest? Damn. I should write a poem about this. Sayori, it's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here, just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just wanted to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Highlight. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So, Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. I don't. Yeah, gotta get that out your system. You get that out and you'll feel much better. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Yeah, get it out. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! I'm left hopelessly standing in front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? That's the thing about telling the truth, man. It still doesn't always feel damn good, you know? Like, we know we did the right thing, and yet you're still gonna feel like shit. Because you can't give somebody the happiness, especially somebody you care about, the happiness they deserve or they want. There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend. When they say back to the way that things were, I keep feeling that they're saying back to the beginning of the game, starting over basically, and making different decisions. And I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Highlight! Well, that was a lot, and we are officially out of time. We're actually well over time, so we are going to have to stop here. I just didn't want to stop in the middle of the whole Yuri and him thing, and then that kind of turned into the him and Sayori thing, and it was like there's no good stopping point. We needed to know what was going to happen, so we will stop here before the festival begins. I don't know if this is truly a horror game. I know there was horror in the description, but it doesn't feel horror so much as it feels like a drama, like a telenovela or I don't know, soap opera or something like that. And it's sad, man. It's sad. It's a little bit sad. But I'm enjoying it. And that's the important part, is that we're enjoying the story. So I want to thank you all so much for watching this episode of J Plays, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Deuces.